So sorry, I'm not sure why that connection was dropped. So I was saying that when you sleep, you detoxify your body, you relaxes yourself, you relaxes your nervous system, you you do so much in case when it is in a wakeful state. So all these things we will be discussing in detail, and finally we are joined by Sapna here. So welcome Sapna, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am also doing good. Hope I'm audible. Hope my voice is coming out well out there.
Yes.
Okay.
And am I audible too?
Yes, you are perfectly audible. So let's begin our topic. I was giving some brief introduction about sleep, that why sleep is important and how sleep is one of the most underrated thing in this health and wellness industry. When we give so much importance to workout, we give so much importance to nutrition supplements, and how this can be missing piece in the whole puzzle when we are focusing so much on other things, and when we are not focusing on sleep. This might be that one tiny little piece which is missing, because of which you are not getting results. And
Yes.
because of not so much commercialization available in this particular area, that is why not so many people talk about it. So we
Yes.
will be talking about it, and we will be trying to uncover the layers of sleep. So let's begin. What do you think about sleep, Sapna?
So,
Over to you.
yeah, sleep is it's like I don't know where to begin and where to end because it's an open-ended thing, and you can keep on, as you must have seen on Immortal Dreams profile as well as on my profile. We have been discussing about sleep for a very long time because we understand that people think that workout will help them, right food will help them, movement will help, exercise and everything. But sometimes something which is, you can say it is low profile, it does not speak so much, but the result of if you start investing in your sleep can be humongous. And this is coming from someone who always used to think that it is better to sleep less and do so much. I have to do all the time. I used to think like that. And the tricky part is that while you are not sleeping that much, you will not get to know it immediately because your body has that resilience. It knows everything and it tries to protect you. And for up to a certain point, you will not feel that by sleeping less, there is any kind of discomfort happening in your body. But over a period of chronic deprivation of sleep, you will see that you will start getting or manifesting all kind of health issues and challenges, and then you talk to yourself and say, suddenly what has this happened to me? So I will say that I remember early in my childhood two poems I learned: Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Early to Bed and Early to Rise makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is something which we learned as a poem, but now applying this in real life, now we understand why this was taught in childhood. It's because it is very, very important to understand that sleep can be a game changer. If you are investing in your sleep, you can become rich. Yes, rich in your health, rich in other things also. Because if you are not healthy, you can't work out, you can't slay during the day. And if you are not investing in your sleep, you can become poor in your health and otherwise also. So sleep is crucial in lot of aspects. And basically, when we don't understand while we are sleeping what is happening inside our body, what are the processes that are going on while we are just put to rest. The body is still working, all the internal organs, the systems, the lot of repair, rest, regeneration, and also growth happens when you sleep. So might be there are people who think when they are working it out in the gym, they are building their body. It looks like that I am lifting weights, I am running, and I am building my endurance and everything. Yes, that is just a part, because what you see as building is actually tearing. You are tearing your muscles, you are breaking them. So if you do that one part and you don't sleep at night, I am 100% sure you are not going to build any health or muscle or any tissue out of that, because the actual growth happens while you are sleeping. So when what you broke in the gym or in your workout, you have to build that, you have to repair that, and that only happens when you are sleeping unaware of what is going on inside your body. So this is just a small part of what sleep can do.
Exactly. And yeah, I have seen so many people, like you said, that they are all in about workout and they are all into fitness, but they are not focusing on sleep. And I'm like, dude, you are doing it just opposite. You should be
Yes.
focusing first on sleep and then on workout. I mean, somebody who is starting on the workout, it maybe it is okay for few 1 or 2 week to let go of your sleep, because it might give them excuse. Okay, I need to focus on sleep, so I need to sleep for 12 hours or 14 hours. No, it is not for them. But usually, yes, it should be part of your whole journey of when you are going into health and wellness. That brings me to my next question, which we got from our client, that what is more important? Should I mean, there is this thing that you should sleep for 8 hours, you should sleep for 4 hours, or some people say that you can do with 6 hours or 7 hours of sleep. It is mandatory to complete 8 hours of sleep. There are so much data available on internet, and then there is this lobby that who says, no, you should go to bed early, and then there is this lobby that no matter when you are sleeping, you should wake up early. So what is more important? And if you can simplify and demystify this particular part.
Yes, all the time we get this question that how much I should sleep. People often think that sleep is related to duration more than what time you are sleeping, because honestly, in today's time when we are all competing for the next best stuff, be it your status or your bank balance or your job profile, your everything, if someone is going to come and tell you you should sleep at 10 o'clock, you are going to turn deaf ear. You will not believe that that person is giving you golden words, that person is telling you the magic formula to actually hit everything in your life. So that is why people always ask, how much should I sleep? Because they think that okay, रात को मुझे 12 बजे सोना है, उसके बाद अगर 8 घंटे बोला तो मैं 8 बजे उठूंगा, अगर मैं 1 बजे सोता हूँ तो मैं 9 बजे उठूंगा. So the calculation is always, I will decide the time of sleep, just let me know the duration. I don't bother about the time when I have to sleep, because that is not in my control. My outside life, the external stuff, my commitment, my meeting, job, socializing, partying, Netflix, everything is important. Sleep will take a secondary place. So I am here to tell you, listen me very, very carefully, that you might choose to sleep a little lesser, but what time you choose to sleep is more important than the duration you are sleeping for. It's because there is something magical that happens when you try to sleep in early in the night, whereas sleeping more. So get this correct. I had written a post on this, which simplifies everything. Given a choice between sleeping from 12 to 8, which comes to 8 hours, and sleeping from 10 to 4, which comes to 6 hours. So I would always choose 10 to 4. It might be making me sleep a little lesser, but the quality of sleep. So basically, from 10 o'clock in the night to 2 o'clock, this is a margin. I'm not saying that exactly in this frame. If you want to reap the best benefit of what is happening inside, you should be ideally sleeping between these, like closer to 10, if not 10, maybe 11, maybe 11:30, but not like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the night, because the body detoxifies, and the growth hormone activation, the liver detoxification, everything is happening between 10 to 2 a.m. So the quality of your sleep, the deeper your sleep is, so you can't choose to decide I will have deep sleep. There are sleep cycles. So there are 4 or 5 sleep cycles, and there are deep sleeps and REM sleep. So the deep sleep, to make it easy for people to understand, the deep sleep happen only in the early part of the night. So if you are choosing to sleep at 12 o'clock, you are losing on good 2 hours of detoxification. Whereas if you are sleeping at 10 o'clock, even if you wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock, your detoxification part of the body's internal work is done. So think about prioritizing the timing of sleep more than what duration you are sleeping. So you will see people sleeping at 12 o'clock in the night and getting up at 9 o'clock, sleeping for almost 9 hours, and still getting up feeling tired, jaded, and like a zombie. Why? Because they could not arrest that deep sleep that I'm talking about, where the body relaxes, rest, where you have that rejuvenation, all the repair work that we are talking about. You miss out on that part when you sleep later in the night. And that is why even when you have good night of sleep, you think to yourself, you tell yourself, I have been sleeping in bed for 9 good hours, but then also why don't I feel rejuvenated, why I feel like going back to sleep again? Because your circadian cycle and your cortisol hormone are mismatched. So basically, when you get up, your cortisol should rise. What is happening is there is a misalignment of this, which can only get back to resetting when you start sleeping at the right time at night. So there's a beautiful thing which I always say: your tomorrow does not start from tomorrow; it starts from tonight. Like what time you are sleeping decides
Wow.
how you will get up in the morning. So that's why it's
Very
important.
nicely. Very nicely put. I mean, if I can summarize that, then you should not focus on number of hours, but you should focus on how early you can sleep towards the sunset. After sunset, how early you can sleep, and then wake up whenever you are waking up. Don't put any alarm. Just trust your body that it will wake you up whenever you are done sleeping. So that's
True.
it, and I can very well relate to it because as in I have been in corporate jobs, and I know that when there has been commitment, and I was waking up till 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I mean, you take the number, and I was awake whole night. Also, I was awake in so many occasions. But when I was going to bed around 12 or 1, and I was waking up at around 9 o'clock, and there was no energy. I need to literally drag myself out of the bed. But when I'm sleeping on time, means when I'm sleeping closer to 9:30, 10, 10:30, and then whenever I'm waking up at 6, 6:30 also, that time, I mean, that when I'm waking up at that time, it is, I mean, so much better. I mean, I have energy. I want to go out. I want to do more things. So yes, it does affect when you are sleeping. It does affect a lot of things. And so that brings another question, that should everyone sleep for 8 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours? What is this? So from
No.
where these things are?
Ideally, it's not like there is a rule that you have to sleep for these many hours and only these many hours will make you feel rested and rejuvenated. It's your body, it's your internal clock system, it's your need. So basically, everyone will have different kind of body's need depending on the kind of life they have, the kind of workout they do, the kind of mechanical, physical, or mental work they do. So it all depends on how your lifestyle is. For a person who is too much into laborious work, maybe his body needs a longer time to take rest and get rejuvenated. Into aligning your body the right way with the circadian way, you will understand your body will start waking up and going to rest with the cycle of the nature. Like as the sun rises, you will get something. I need to rest now. I need to wind down. I need to call it a day. I need to reduce my activity in the evening. So it's all like you have to decide for yourself the trial and error method. Like you do this and you will understand your body is always giving you the cue. It will always tell you, okay, this much is enough. what your body is trying to speak to you, what it is telling you. So the whole idea of being healthy, leading a holistic well life begins from finding out that balance, that alignment which is missing with our body. So once we start
Anyways, guys, I will try to summarize what she was saying. So what she was trying to say, it does not matter whether you are sleeping for 8 hours or 7 hours or 9 hours. It depends on individuals' body needs. Somebody might need a longer hour of sleep. Somebody might need a lesser hour of sleep. It depends on your lifestyle. It depends on your body type as well, and it depends on the environment in which you are living in. It can be it can be it can be dependent on multiple things, multiple factors. So listen to your body, listen to your body's natural intelligence, trust it, that it will let you sleep, or it will let you wake up at the right time. What you have to do is you have to go to bed at the right time. At the right time means as early as possible after sunset. So that's what she was trying to convey, that focus on the time when you are going to bed, and let your body take care when you are waking up. It does not matter when you whether you have slept for 6 hours or 7 hours or 8 hours. One of the very prominent speaker, and Dr. B.M. Hegde, he used to say that who has conveyed this thing, like you should sleep for 8 hours. It is sleeping pill industry. Until they have not made a sleeping pill, they were not saying that you should sleep for 8 hours. And the moment they invented the sleeping pill, and then they were saying like, okay, now there is a research that you have to sleep for 8 hours. In reality, there is no such thing, but because they have to sell these things, they have to propagate it. So that being said, focus on going to bed early, not uh, not on the number of hours. And how many of number of hours you are sleeping, that also depends on what person to person, with their environment, with their work type, with their body type, on so many things. So just go to bed early and let your body wake you up on its own whenever it is ready. Don't focus on the number of hours. So let's see if Sapna has joined. Okay, let me invite her again. So for the people who have joined now, we are discussing on sleep. So Sapna is back. So I'll shoot another question here.
I think we lost connection and I did not know what to do.
That's all right. That's all right. These are technical glitches of always happens. That's all right.
Thank you for seeing everything which I said, and it is like very good that you pointed out about sleeping pills. It's very important to understand that when there is a market for everything, you will be advised to do something like this which can help sell those products. So you have to just get in tune with your body. It has all the necessary ingredients. Just bring that alignment back. It is very, very important. So what is the next question actually?
Next question is again from our client, that how lifestyle can impact on sleep, on my sleep timing and other things.
Okay, so lifestyle के अंदर में क्या क्या आता है, हम क्या खाते हैं, what is my thought process, what am I thinking, how is my mental health, what I am eating, the kind of lifestyle I have, if I am sitting at the desk for long hours, or am I a person who is active. All these things will decide the quality of your sleep. So now take, for example, food. If you eat good quality food, if you eat wholesome, balanced meals, if your plate has colors, rainbow, vegetables, and whole grains, nuts, and seeds, you know that what is closer to the nature. You can look at your plate and understand, is it coming from nature or is it processed? So if you have all these things in your plate, and you are active through the day, which means that, I'm not saying that you're doing some kind of manual work, which means that your work involves running around or doing some errands, or you are just active. So if you are this kind of person, have you will make sure that your sleep is also something which is good for an active person. Vis a vis, if a person is eating burger, pizza, diet coke, or fried stuff, these kind of stuff will make you feel sleepy all the time. Akshay, you're able to hear me?
Yeah, very well.
Great. So these kind of stuff will make you feel lazy during the day itself, because they are not live food. They are not something which can make you feel active. They will droop your energy. They will make you feel groggy during the day. So how does lifestyle impact this? I'm getting a call, I think.
Okay.
So if you're eating refined carbs, a lot of sugar, processed food, then you are going to fall asleep at times when you're not supposed to be sleepy. If you are sedentary during blood circulation, where you need movement around, so you will feel lethargic. Right sleep will happen at the right time for people who are eating right kind of food, engaging in right kind of practices, or working out religiously. Now if you are a person who gets in that morning sun, the morning sun has got that power. The rays of the sun has got that photons which can activate something inside you, which can set your circadian rhythm. So if you are waking up at 10 o'clock in the morning and the whole world has woken up, it will not help you set your life or your day in a way which is healthy. So your lifestyle, how you are eating, how you are sleeping, how you are moving around, what are your thoughts? If you have too much of toxicity in your mind, if you have jealousy, hatred, you have a lot of grudges against people, then more than what you are eating, those thoughts are weighing heavily on your mind. Your mind is not at rest.
Exactly.
So if your mind is not at rest, you might get superficial sleep, but during the night you might wake up, you will have cortisol surge, and you will not feel rested even if you are superficially sleeping. So the root of everything, good quality sleep, will always be rooted in how you are leading your day. So the day decides how you spend your night. This is how important lifestyle is. So you can't just correct one thing and be okay. You have to take care. It's like a holistic way where you stitch everything together just by building one thing after the other, and then the sleep takes care by itself.
Very true. And earlier you said that your day does not start tomorrow, it starts the night
Tonight.
before that. And now you are saying that the night is decided by the way you spend the whole day. So it's a whole cycle again. I mean, you need to take care of everything, and that's
Yeah.
how you take care of. Yes. We are getting question. We'll take these questions as well.
Sure.
So guys, just stay with us. We'll take our last question from our client, and then we'll take the question which are there in the question box. Yeah. So the last question is what you can do to sleep better.
Oh my God. Actually, you're asking me such a question which cannot be answered in a 30-minute live session, but surely I would like to tag here our Immortal Dreams page, because we have done a whole series on sleep. So it just needs an
Yes, we
investment
do.
of your time. Just go through it, scroll through it. It is very beautifully done. And it's like very simple, no science, nothing. For people who don't want to understand the science behind sleep and all that, it is for them. Just go and have a look. And on my personal page also, there are a lot of stuff which are related to how you can sleep better. But then also, because Akshay has asked, and for people who are live with us, I will share a few things. Start by investing in yourself, understanding one thing, making a clarity in your mind that I have to claim my sleep back. What am I losing by losing my sleep? Write those points down, everything that you are missing in your life because of not having a healthy relationship with sleep. So just weigh the options, what you are doing when you are awake and what you would get when you are sleeping on time, and see and prioritize for yourself. Because I will tell you, you do this, eat this, have lavender chai, and have magnesium, have this, and this is not going to solve your problem. The problem is here. We don't try to make a paradigm shift in what actually are we doing and for what are we doing. So once that shift comes, no, that will make you want to go back to your sleep, when make you prioritize your sleep, because then you have your answers sorted out. What am I going to get when I am sleeping, and what am I going to lose when I am not sleeping? So the most important thing any human can do for himself to help himself is ask the question, why I am eating this, what is it making me, what does waking up late makes me feel like, and how sleeping late makes me feel like. So when this question sets a trigger in your mind, you will start finding the answers, and then your outward behavior will slowly and gradually conform to what you want to become in your life. So before investing into any kind of product or any kind of practice, just start, write to yourself, what are the things that I am missing when I am with respect to my health, my relationship, my life, my lifestyle. Even just ask yourself, if I'm not investing in good sleep, can I be a good resource to the company I am working for? Can I be a good resource to the
Exactly.
people of my family? If my husband or wife, whatever you are, or my parents need me, if I'm not healthy, can I be a support to them? So make a shift in your mind that if I'm prioritizing my sleep, I am being respectful about myself. I am being, I am leading by example and letting others also know that your sleep is your priority. So when you do that, this is the first step. Then start finding out things which you are doing wrong and how you can correct them. And it's not like I will tell you 10 things, you have to start incorporating everything from day one. Nothing happens like that. You have to befriend your mind that, okay, today I will start this practice and I will do it for 10 days. And once that becomes a habit, I will introduce a second practice. And then I will, like this, you give it a target to yourself that I am in no hurry. I've already spoiled 5 years. Let me give myself 1 year. And in this 1 year, I will be healthier by 10%. So if you make that shift, your mind relaxes. It is not in some kind of hurry that it's a marathon. I have to finish it in this time. Life is
Exactly.
life is not a sprint. You have to take one day at a time. So if you are sleeping at 12 o'clock, tell yourself that from today onwards, I am going to switch off all gadgets, device, bright lights at least 30 minutes before I sleep. This is a simplest thing which you can do, because understand this, that nothing in the world is waiting for your reply. You don't have to urgently see who is where, the Facebook update or the status of some people, because they are doing things in their life. You do what befits your life. That person can wait, their status update can wait, you can like their post later on. Like yourself first to like someone else first. So make it a priority that today I will switch off my gadgets at least 30 minutes before I sleep, whatever time I am sleeping. Because the if your eyes are exposed to bright lights, the mind, you can think, the mind thinks that it is still day, so it will not induce sleep. Only when you make it dim, don't expose yourself to bright light, that you will start feeling sleepy. So this is number one thing. Then ओके मैं 12 बजे सोता हूँ, आज से मैं 11:30 बजे सोने की कोशिश करूंगा. डोंट सेट लॉफ्टी टारगेट्स. Today I should, Sapna and Akshay have told me that 10 to 2 is the right time, so I should sleep at 10. No, it's not going to work. Your mind thinks a lot of thoughts. Your body does not work like that. You have to understand that the body has different mechanism, your mind has different. When you and your mind and body falls into that sync, then the beauty of this health happens. So I will try to make it doable for my body. 12 से 11:30 बजे at least easy है, I will do that. Then gradually shift that 11, 10:30, then 10. So depending on the kind of life and your requirement from your life is, you can do that. Then there are a lot of things, how you can eat better food, how you can incorporate stuff which can help you sleep better, eating wholesome, dense, nutritionally dense food, vegetables, and a mix of protein and fat which are coming from the right sources. These are something which are very important. Going for long walks if you're not able to feel tired, engaging in some kind of moon soaking at night, evening sun, morning sun. So the nature is abundant. It has given you so many options. When we say to our clients, soak in the morning sun, they say they have work in the kitchen, they have to run errands, they have to get the kids ready, they have to send the husband to the for the with the lunch box and everything. Then the nature tells you, okay, my darling, if you are not able to invest in the morning sun, please visit me in the evening time when I am setting. Even that is not possible because I have to have my evening chai, then please soak in the night moon. So these three options, even if you can't do that, then I think you are trying to take excuse as a cover for you to not invest in your healthy lifestyle. So start doing all of that. And whenever you get a question, is this right? If we are not available, where most of the time we are available, you can always ask us questions on the DM, on the stories, on our post. Ask yourself, is nature doing that? And you will get your answer. What is nature doing? Is nature staying awake at night, or is it, why does the sun set at a particular time every day? Nature follows balance. Nature follows a lot of things which we can, if we start, because we are products of nature. And if we are going anything away from nature, that will show in our health. So the number one, the thumb rule you can do is start incorporating stuff that are available in nature and what nature is setting an example for. Then you can have a lot of stuff which is already there on our pages. You can have a look, try and invest in having chamomile, lavender tea. It will put you to sleep, massage your feet, play on some light music, and do some Epsom salt bath, soaking your feet. Then you can write, journal, empty your mind. There's so many things which you can do, but start doing, incorporating one at a time, and then you will see breakthroughs coming.
Very well said. One thing I will highlight again, that don't give a problem a year and solution a week. If you are not sleeping through the night for 5 years, then you think that okay, today from tomorrow I'm going to wake up early, and from tomorrow I'm going to sleep early, and I will do just this one thing, and within a week my whole body should reset. It doesn't work that way. I mean, if you have been doing something for so long, your body has now accustomed to it. Give it some time to reset into the new rhythm. Just don't be in hurry. It's okay if you falter for a day or two. You will come to that rhythm slowly but surely. So that is one thing. And another thing is that, which you have very well pointed out, that um, focus first on mindset, then on tips and tricks. First focus on that, why you want to sleep early, and what you are missing if you are not sleeping early, and what you are missing if you are not sleeping on time. So once that mindset shift comes, all these things which are physical or which are habitual things, which tips and tricks, then they start falling into place. If you are keep on doing all those tips and tricks without having anything in mind, then it is not going to work. Then it is not going to fall into place. So with that said, we are coming to the end of our live session. We'll take questions which are asked by the audience. So the first question was, what do you think about oversleeping? If somebody sleeps at 10 o'clock and wakes up at 9 o'clock, then what do you want
What
to
is
say
the
to that
question?
person?
Actually, please repeat, because I was again getting call on my phone.
That's all right. Question is, what do you think? What is your opinion on oversleeping? If somebody is sleeping at 10 o'clock in the night, which is okay around, I mean, it's a good time to sleep. And then the person is waking up at around 9 o'clock in the morning. So what is your message to that person?
So it all depends who is that person. Like chota bacha hai. Like there are kids I have seen, they sleep at 10
Now, the
o'clock and they
person who has asked this question, I'm sorry to cut you. She's a 22-year-old girl, 22-year young girl actually. Yeah. So she has asked this question.
I think if that person is leading the kind of lifestyle we all have in general, like doing and sitting on the computer desk or something like that, or just having to do the normal chores which we do, then 10 to 9 is too much. It's like, you can say, there is a term, I don't know, insomnia is something which when you don't get sleep, and there is like hyper sleep also, when you sleep too much. I think it comes to 11 hours, right? 10 to 9.
Yeah.
10 to 9 is on the right side of the, like, it's like more than what you need. But then you understand how you feel during the day also. Observe yourself and see what is going wrong. If this parameter is wrong, if which you think is questionable, see if it correlates to something else in your life. Do you have any predisposed illness, issue, disease? How do you feel during the day? What you are eating, your hormonal balance? So all these things, you can map the dots. One thing, if there is something missing in your life, like this is wrong, then it will have a connecting dot somewhere, which will give you the answer why this is happening. So then you have to find out, start investigating inside, not don't self-diagnose, take someone's help and understand what is going wrong, and then everything is workable. The solution only happens once you start understanding that there is a problem. The problem is we are always in denial mode, not understanding that there can be an issue with our life and we need to work on it. So once you do that, find out the solution and you can always do it. There is nothing which is not achievable, nothing which is not solvable. Only your interest in building your health that you need to work.
Okay. Very beautifully answered. And I will ask the last question of the day, that is afternoon naps are okay?
Okay, with this kind of weather in Bangalore, I think everyone would want to eat a heavy carb-rich meal and just go to sleep and not feel guilty after waking up. But ideally, I know a lot of people talk about power naps these days, but the problem is we have started using those power naps concept also according to our convenience. 1 घंटे का power nap लेके बोलते हैं हमको power nap लिया. That's not power nap. Power nap is something which can rejuvenate you in 5 minutes. Just close your eyes and when you wake up, you feel rested. That happens, and that shift happens within when your body needs rest. It is okay to take that. But if you make it a practice of sleeping in the afternoon, calling it a nap or something else, then that's also an excuse to just go to bed and doze off. Ideally, if you are working on building a good sleep-wake relationship, then I think you should get through the day without having to take a nap. If it is a normal day, not something which was very laborious, which needs your body to rest, it is okay to rest when your body wants, which is an extraordinary situation. Otherwise, in a normal day cycle, you will fall asleep only when it is night, when it is closer to night, and then you get up rested and then you get on through the day without falling asleep or without feeling tired too much. That's one cue which will tell you that something is right or wrong with your body.
Yep, I will add 2 points in this whole discussion of ours, and with that we would like to end the discussion. The one point is that so many people take sleeping pills, and those sleeping pills are made up of synthetic hormones, which is melatonin, and so please don't take that, I mean, unless prescribed by doctor. So don't take them. because that is again, I mean, Sapna can elaborate it in one whole live session, but I'll just summarize it that it will just hinders your body's natural ability to produce that
Yes.
hormone. Okay, so this is one point. Another point is it okay to take afternoon naps? So as Sapna said, adding to that, I mean, there is no discount on that you can take, you should take or not. I mean, you should not take, usually you should not take afternoon naps or afternoon sleep. You should not sleep during the day. With that said, there might be few places in the world, because we are on Instagram and we are connected to the whole world. There might be few places in the world which are very hot and dry. In such places, in the summer weather, you might want to take 10 minutes or 20 minutes of nap. In that situations, it might be okay, because otherwise your body might be going through a lot. I can explain this whole again in another some live session, but for now, if it is very hot and dry outside, it might be okay for you to take a one nap for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Otherwise, it is, in general, it is not advisable that you take any nap, or as Sapna said, if it is a extraordinary day, very tiring day, it is okay. Otherwise, in general, you should not. Anything
And
else to add, Sapna?
I think there was one more question here in the beginning. I think Pravalika is asking how to improve deep sleep.
Okay,
So
maybe I missed it.
yeah, I just scroll down to check if there are any questions. So she has
Okay.
asked this question. Basically, all of everything that we mentioned here will help you improve your sleep, and it is very good that you asked how to improve deep sleep, because that is the place where zone where your body will do all the work. Start investing in a night care routine, journaling before sleeping to put your mind to rest, putting your body to rest. You can soak your feet in Epsom salt, having a good meal with 3 hours difference from your night time, so that you can digest your food before you are going to bed. Otherwise, the body is in a confusion whether to digest the food or to put you to sleep. So these small things. So basically, what it means to stay in a healthy relationship with yourself will all contribute towards making you sleep deeper in the night. And for more details and everything that you need, you can visit our page. Everything is there already.
And even after that, if there is any question, you can always ask. We will try to reply in the comments, or we will try to put that out in the stories. So please stay connected. So thank you everyone for joining, and thank you everyone who will be watching this after this is finished. So thank you. Sapna, any
Thank you,
closing note?
guys.
Okay, thank
Closing
you.
note is, I think I got a very beautiful.
Sapna, we have lost you.
I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
One very important
Now you are there. Yeah.
thing, when we keep on talking, I feel my heart reaching out for people who are in night shift, for people who are doing
Yes.
this to, yeah, for people who are doing this to support their family. It is very important to understand that it is not something which they choose. It is something which is because of their life, because of the condition, because of the choices they have in their life. They are doing night shift. For those people, I would like to just mention one very important thing, that it is nothing against people who are in night shift. It is for people who are awake at night because of no other reason. So it is for them.
Yeah.
And for people who are in night shift, they have to just make their daytime their night time. That's the best thing that they can do to, if your night is your day, please make your day your night. And I have all my heart for people who are doing it to support their family, and hope you are in the best of your health just by making your day your night. It's very, very important. This is the closing note I would like to say.
Thank you. You have ended it very beautifully, and I hope people will draw value from this. Thank you everyone again.
Thank you, guys.
And stay well, stay healthy, stay connected. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.